Hey, good morning everybody. We are making some awesome clay quilts. Valentine's, for a Valentine's kids night in that we're going to be doing. And so you can see that I've got some squares, that we've got squares cut out, and we use press molds and little cutter shapes to make them three-dimensional, as well as adding some texture. So I've already glazed. This is wet clay, by the way. It's just a little bit probably less than bone dry, which is the stage you want your clay to be in before you fire it in the kiln. But you can paint on bone dry clay, and you can glaze on bone dry clay, and it really comes out, it works. It comes out awesome. So the firing process can be a one-step firing process. So anyway, we made some holes in the clay. I would prefer to do the holes after the glazing when they're a little bit more in leather hard, but for purposes of today, we're gonna do it this way. So we used Hint of Mint, Tickled Pink, and Rockin' Red. I've already did the Tickled Pink and the Rockin' Red, so I'm gonna show you the ratio of water to glaze. About 50-cent piece size of glaze for, and of course it's going to depend on the size of clay that you're working with, but you just want to squeeze a good 2 to 3 brushfuls of water so that you kind of have a, I would say, olive oil consistency of glaze. And these soft mop fan brushes are really awesome because they hold a lot of paint. You can drag it across the clay nice and slow. And so I'm gonna kind of tip it a little bit so you can see it. And I'm just gonna lay it on and then just drag it across nice and slow. And see, you can see where all the indentations of the wording or texture is going to absorb more glaze than what's on the top. So it's going to give this really cool two-dimensional surface. It's going to give this, it's going to give a really cool darker value where the clay is, where the glaze is gathering and pulling up in those recessed areas. So I drag it across real nice and slow so that the clay can soak it up. Just tap it around the edge. Okay, and then I'm gonna give this a little bit of time to dry. So what I'm gonna do is take a skewer from one of the ones that we've already done, and I want to take the skewer and just kind of twist it through so that the holes are clear. And then I'm going to put it over here on a nice clean one. So I'm going to do that with all of them eventually, but just wanted to show you, just take your skewer and twist it through so that the hole is not filled with glaze. And I'm going to do that on the ones that I've already done. I'll leave the Hint of Mint colors, but again, just twist it through. And remember, you have a 10% shrinkage rate whenever you're working with wet clay. So you want your holes to be a little bit bigger so that the whatever medium or whatever textile you're using to attach them, whether it be yarn, string, some people I've seen it done with wire. So either way. So again, just pulling them through. I'm trying to be quick because I don't like our videos to go any more than 3 minutes. So I think we're hitting that mark. All right, and then so you can see too that some of the glaze didn't get all the way through, so you might need to do a second coat, which I like doing a second coat anyway because again, it just gets it a little bit darker down in those crevices. Again, drag it across real nice and slow. Tap around the edges. Tapping around the edges, and then you move everything over. And bam, you have a really cool clay quilt. Let me try to get it a little bit closer to the camera without like sliding it over. But you can see how it's defined there. All right, thanks for watching.